This is the volume profile, and it can give you precise sniper level entries for your trades. Most traders don't know about this simple yet powerful tool, but after watching this video, you'll be able to add it to your trading arsenal. The volume profile is an institutional tool used by traders to analyze the volume traded at each price level within a specific time. Unlike traditional volume indicators that display volume over time, the volume profile shows volume distribution vertically along the price chart. High volume nodes at specific price levels indicate areas of strong buying or selling interest. So when price revisits these areas, we can often expect a reaction which presents an opportunity to enter or exit trades. Don't worry guys, I've made a complete document for you guys to follow along and also dive deep into the volume analysis. It will be completely for free. Make sure you stick until the end so you know exactly how you can access the document. The volume profile highlights a range where most trading activity occurred, known as the value area. So right here, as you can see, we have two white lines and one red line. The red line is so-called the point of control, in short POC, and this is the price level, the exact price level where most amount of transactions happen. And the value area represents the range of price levels where 70% of all the volume was traded during the time period. The top of the value area is called the value area high. The low is called the value area low. And these price levels will be very significant in our volume analysis. Let's go over some different volume profile tools available on TradingView. Each of these tools can help you identify important trading levels and strengthen your confidence in your setups. So let's start with the fixed range volume profile. Right here, if you go to the projection, you can go down and see the fixed range volume profile right here. And as soon as you click it, you now have to choose which range you want to draw. So if we choose to draw this range, and we will see the exact price levels where 70% of the transactions happen. So right here, we have the value area high, the value area low, and the point of control. The second one you can use is the session volume profile. And for this one, you just go to TradingView and tap the indicators tab. Just type in session volume profile. Right here, you will see that this is a TradingView indicator, and you just double click that and it will appear on your chart. By the way, both the fixed range volume profile and the session volume profile have some different settings, and I don't really like the base settings. So right here, I'll show you my exact settings that I have, so you can copy that if you want to, because the base settings don't really help that much with what we are going to discuss within this video. You may ask which ranges are best used for scalping and day trading. For this, I use the previous week's profile, the previous day's profile, the current week's profile, and the current day's profile, and I will walk you through step by step how I draw out the weekly profiles and the daily profiles in order to use them in conjunction. And just a small tip for everyone who likes to trade indices like NQ and ES. So we are now on the gold chart. We will mark out every single profile that I will be using throughout my session, so you can also implement that when you are at the charts. So first of all, what I do is I go and select the fixed range volume profile. I have it in my favorites, so I click that right away. And right here, we are on a Wednesday. So what we will do is we will go back, start from the Friday market close right here, and then we will go back in time right here. This way it's way easier to draw the volume profile. And here, what's really important is in the inputs, don't extend it to the right. We will use that for later. Right here, what I do is I just mark the previous week's value area high, then previous week's value area low, and previous week's point of control. Right now for gold, since it's just expanding, it won't help us too much maybe, but you will see how previous days profiles, etc., or previous session profiles will help us on gold as well. And so I'm just marking that out for you guys to follow along and know exactly what I'm doing. And now what I will do is, this is really crucial. You will go on to the 1 minute time frame, because TradingView calculates volume precisely on the 1 minute time frame. So you will go right to the volume profile, and then again adjust your levels. So right here, for example, you can see this is way off. So adjust your levels so you have exact price levels of the market. So now we have the previous week. Now what we'll do is we'll plot on the previous day's profile. So right here, what I'm going to do is same thing again. I will go to Tuesday market close and I will just drag until Tuesday market open. And I'm doing this on the 1 minute. You can do the same thing from the 1 hour and then down to the 1 minute. So right here. And what I'm going to do is again, I will mark the previous day value area high, the previous day's value area low, and then the point of control where most of the volume was transacted throughout this entire trading session. And what I also add to this is the current week's profile. So right here, Monday market open, and I will drag this until here. And what I will do is I will extend this to the right. This way, I will have the current week's profile developing as time goes by, as we evolve in time and price action. And now what I will add to this is the volume profile of the current day. And what I will do is market open right here. And this one you have to have on extend right as well. So the only two profiles that you will have on extend right is the current week's profile and the current day's profile. These two are very important. And now what we'll do is we'll go to our execution time frame and wait for a setup to occur. So right here we're seeing price is slowly coming down. We have now retested the previous day's value area high. So we're slowly rejecting from there. And right here is my entry confirmation. And if you are not new to our channel, you will know exactly what this candle represents. It's a manipulation candle. So let me plot on my special indicator right here. And as you can see, I get a long signal right here. And why do I get this? So I used to only trade price action like most of you. And after discovering volume analysis and using it day in and day out in my day-to-day trading, I added another confluence to my already very profitable playbook setups. So right here, we have a 1 hour bullish fair value gap and a 5-minute manipulation candle from the fair value gap. So this was actually my model without using the volume profile. And what I have done is I added the volume profile to my arsenal to have even higher probability trades. So I can increase my win rate with the volume profile. This means basically that you don't have to change your strategy. You can keep trading your strategy, but by adding the volume profile to your analysis, you will have a much clearer and data-backed view of the market. So right here, this is a long, obviously, because it says long, but also let's look at the volume profile again. So right here, we marked the previous day's profile, and this is the previous day's value area high. And now what's really interesting is, so the current day volume profile has the value area low right in here. Manipulation candle is originating from the previous day's value area high and also from the current day's value area low. So this is a very, very strong sign. Since we are at all-time highs, the first target that you can target is the point of control of the current day, where you can take a partial and then leave the rest as potential runner. So right here, I usually go for 1-to-1, and as you can see, right when we tap this 1-to-1, the point of control came down to here because a lot of volume was transacted in here. So with this strategy, since we have a very, very high win rate, you can stick with a 1-to-1 and then leave a runner for more profits. And as you can see, price goes on and on from there. As you can see, yes, the point of control is still there. So most amount of volume was transacted within this area. So it just made sense to take a partial here and then let the rest run for some really nice profits because we are riding the all-time highs on gold. And actually, price never came back to here and gold just kept on making all-time highs again and again and again. So you would have been able to catch a really solid trade and a runner on this move. So right here, we are on the S&P S&P 500 futures chart. So let me show you another trade. We will draw out exactly the same thing we have done previously on gold. So you know already how to draw out all of those profiles. Okay, I'm not going to cover all of this again. So right here, what I'm just going to do is I will plot on the volume profile of the current day, and I have it on extend to the right. So now you can see we have the value area high up in here, the value area low, and the point of control. So we are basically just ranging and building up volume and potential fuel for the next move. So right here, I will again plot on my special indicator. So right here, we have the S&P 500 chart right after we had this huge move to the downside after the Trump tariff news. And we basically had over the weekend some positive tweets by the President Trump. That's why I thought, okay, probably we'll just correct a bit of this move. And right here, as you can see, I have again my 5-minute manipulation candle right in here. But this time the indicator won't show me that. Why? Because we had a massive meltdown. So the trend obviously is still very bearish, and that's why the indicator won't plot this long signal in here. But it's still a valid setup, and especially confirming it with the volume profile. I have way more conviction now in this candle because I know what's actually behind this candle now. And also, to be honest, why I trust the 5-minute manipulation candle so much is just the data that I have. Look right here, a sample size out of 79 trades. The win rates speak for themselves. And here I have all the sessions spotted on. So in complete honesty, what I can see from here is we went below the midnight open, which is obviously a discounted price zone for buyers. Then we went below the value area low, which is by volume analysis also a discounted price level. And then we get a 5-minute manipulation candle out of that. And we even closed above the point of control. So now the easy target for me is the previous session's high, which is 10 a.m. high, and also high of the day, which is the London session's high up in here. And to be honest, I partialed out right in here, and the full take profit was here. So right in here, as you can see, we took out the high of 10 a.m., ranged a little bit, and then took out the London high as well. Of course, this is just me. I've been trading for over 6 years now. You can also just stick to base hits. So right here, I have a final example on gold. As you can see, we are pushing down really aggressively with the New York session. Now we have tapped a 30-minute bullish FVG. We are below the daily open, and we are also rejecting from today's value area low. And right here, as you can see, I get my long signal again with my indicator. But this time I have even more conviction to go in long. Why? Because we had a massive drop during the day. This is almost a 900-point drop that we had. So it's unclear if we will push down even more or not. And this gives me even more conviction in the trade, and that's why I've executed this long position right here. And again, aiming for a 1-to-1, the base hit with the point of control is always a very good guess. And by the way, you can watch this. This is October 14th. We had that trade live on stream, guys. So right here, as you guys can see, we come back a little bit, push a little bit up, but then we eventually hit the take profit very nicely, and price continued to push up even more from there. And funny enough, you had another 15-minute long, and also during this pullback you had another 5-minute long even again, and could have added to your position in here as well. So now I will give you guys some free sauce that is actually top secret. So what I do after I get a manipulation candle, I draw the profile of the MC as well, and then I go on to the 1 minute and just look what happens. I have already executed right here, okay? And by the way, yes, this was a huge move, so my stop was bigger than usual, but just so you guys can see what I look at within smaller time frames and how I use the volume profile to my advantage. So right here you can see how volume is building up. So price went in a bit of profits right here, but now it is still in a bit of a drawdown and just accumulating. So it's building up orders. And why am I not scared? Because I can see that the point of control is still here. So it is also not even coming to the value area low in here. So buyers are extremely interested to transact within here. And we are already at premium prices for this range right here. And look now what happens. Price pushes up. And what is really important right now is I will drag this to here. And yes, the target is not far away, but this trade actually came back all the way to break even right here. Okay. And now I will show you guys why I wasn't putting my stop at break even and why I had so much conviction in this trade. So now let's go back to replay mode and look what actually happened right before price came back to our entry level. So right here, what most of the people draw is this fair value gap right in here. So we have a 1 minute fair value gap right here, but price disrespected right in here. Why, you may ask? Let's do a zoom out right in here. And let's go back to the first things we have discussed within this video. We have high volume nodes, and exactly here we have a low volume node. And low volume nodes, how I use them is continuation areas for price. If I'm bullish, I want to see market react from this area. Why? Because this was a price level where the market participants could not exchange enough orders. And as you can see, we've built up more orders up in this low volume node in here, and then we have pushed up to the target. And that's also a little sneak peek for you guys regarding low volume nodes. This is the first episode of a whole series, and if you want us to cover certain topics in a more detailed way, make sure to mention that in the comments down below. This is exactly how I use the volume analysis in my favor day in and day out. And I didn't change my strategy or whatever. It just complemented my strategy that I had before and added another layer of confluence backed by regulated centralized data. If you want to access the volume analysis document, make sure you just join our Discord community. You don't have to give your email, whatever, nothing. Just join the Discord community and you can access the document completely for free. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button, comment, and also subscribe. I'm really curious, what do you guys think about the volume profile, and if you want more content on this so we can dive deeper into this topic. So let us know in the comments down below.